What to do. Maybe we should go outside. It looks crappy. Is that a deer? Maybe we'll just get some pizza or watch some TV or something that's enjoyable. I'm not really sure. We can eat pizza and watch Netflix. That'd be kind of cool. I got it. Hey, what is happening, guys? The Cloud Black Ops Kid here, coming at you with a Sims 4 Deluxe Edition console review. Really, what we're going to be comparing it to is the latest installment of Sims on the console version, which would be Sims 3. Sims 3, to me, I loved Sims 3. The one thing I had comparison that was a complaint is that you could not fast forward time as fast as you could on PC, which was unfortunate. Sims 4 said it's supposed to revolutionize the console. Sims on the console, I guess. Let's see how well that takes off. I will hope that it actually improves on the Sims 3. I bought it an early edition, so I have a review fast out before anyone else has. And if you guys want to just see raw footage gameplay, check out the channel. Hit subscribe down below. Also like the video, and let's get started on the review. If you guys haven't played Sims before, I don't know where you guys have been living, underneath a rock maybe. Sims 4 is basically a game where you can move into a brand new house, meet someone, go steady, engage them, get married, all in one day. That's basically what it's a life simulator game. It's probably the best life simulator game out there. It's actually the most fun, interactive game. We spend probably about 75% building a house, or 75% customizing a character, living life up until you can get enough money to buy a new house, update appliances. It's actually a pretty nice game. I mean, I work with blueprints all the time, so building houses and stuff is actually really fun and creative take on a life simulation. We're not going to try and compare the Sims 4 on the PC compared to the console edition, because they're so vastly different, and PC pretty much always will trump console any day of the week. Let's go right into the first part of the video, the character customization. Character customization is more like a Fallout 4 feel, where you can actually grab the nose, point it in a certain direction, no drags or sliders. It's all grabbed by user interface. I feel like the console edition kind of did this kind of funky or a little bit weird. So before we get too far into the character customization, the video is going to be broken down into 4 parts: character, house, life, and the conclusion of the review. The character customization is very vast. Grab a nose and pull that sucker. Right off the back, you see that the controls are just very wonky. There's a little cursor, kind of like a mouse and keyboard. It's really wonky, and it's very hard and weird to maneuver across the screen, and honestly, it's experience ruining in a way because it's just unresponsive. But other than that, you can spend about 30 minutes in Character Creator just choosing your traits, personality, looks, f***ing up their face, and even creating your own Sims family line. And there's a lot that you can do. I mean, you choose your outfits basically just like every other Sims game. The character creation is just very vast. You can basically take any part of your face, grab it, stretch it, pull it, turn it. It's basically, the best way to describe this is like a Fallout 4 feel, where there's no sliders. It's all based on your cursors and stuff. And this is literally the same way, but a little bit wonkier setup. After you're finished with your Sims, or Sims in this case, you are tasked with buying a lot, building your house. Again, the UI is completely wonky, very small icons, not hot keys, or small at that. Camera's pretty responsive when building your house. Other than that, you can put flooring in one side of the room, but I like to kind of get creative. I do work with blueprintings, and I work with kitchens, so I really focused a lot on my kitchen area. There's a lot of new additions to the game. There's vent hoods, there's, brand new TVs, console systems, computer desks. There's a lot of things to describe, and I'm not going to go too in-depth with that, as I could go on forever on how many customization options you can do with your Sims house. I went with something basic. You only started out allotted $20,000. It's pretty responsive. The user interface for the house, I wish they wouldn't have broke it. Like, you can click on a roof, and then you got your roof. You can click on your items, and it breaks it down into like kitchen, bedroom, stuff like that. So it's really hard to either click on certain stuff. It's not that bad. I mean, creating your house is a lot of fun. They added a whole lot of new different stuff. I wish it was a little easier to move around. This user interface, I feel like, is just super rushed. I'm not really sure exactly why, but this is how it feels for me. Cursor just locks up. You hit the back button to release cursors. You hit the back button to switch from cursor to clicking on stuff. And I mean, this entire user interface is just kind of annoying. It's kind of experience ruining easily. I mean, you have to keep hitting the back button every now and again to unlock and lock it from being in a cursor to clicking on things. It's a little bit distracting and kind of hard to work with. Other than that, if you can aside that, building your house is always very fun and creative. So when building and putting new things, there's also, I got the Digital Party Deluxe Edition, which added some new things which added some DLC packs, which includes patio stuff, city night. There's a lot of things that it added. A vintage glamour stuff, literally, that's what it's called. And it added a few nice DLC packs, and they also sell them additionally with the base game, but it's going to be a little bit more expensive instead of buying it with the Digital Deluxe Edition. Right off the bat, from Sims 4 playing as a sim, the controls are still wonky. UI is not very functional. It's kind of different. We're going to try and not focus on the user interface as of right now. We're going to try and focus on just the core gameplay. Basically, it's just like every other Sims game. You start a career, you build money, you move up to a new house. It's a lot of the same premise of all the other Sims games, but it's just a little bit more fine-tuned. There's a lot more stuff to do in here. I tried for a baby once, my wife got instantly pregnant, and it's the usual 3-day system. And my guy, he cooked mac and cheese on I think it was my 4th day, I do believe, and it caught fire. I forgot to buy a fire alarm, so he caught on fire and died. My wife was also late to work, and the Grand Reaper's over here like, what do I do? And then the fire's outside, and the fire's in the kitchen. I don't really know why this happened. It was kind of funny. My Sims always die due to mac and cheese. I don't know if that's like scripted into the game, like there's a 60% chance for a brand new Sim to cook mac and cheese and burn down the house and die. But I didn't have a fire alarm, so I say it's an easy opt right out, quit, and then go right in back to where you loaded. I immediately bought a fire alarm, and my Sim was saved. There's also no security system, which I'm not excited to see. There's still pyromaniacs and stuff traits from the original Sims 3. So I mean, functionally wise, there's a cursor in this one. I mean, every time you go to when you click on their needs, it locks into the user interface on the outside of the screen. So when you do that, you have to hit the back button, which unlocks the cursor. It's very confusing. It's very hard to maneuver. I'm just having a horrible time with this user interface. It's very, very wonky, very, very hard to maneuver. That's really the only downside I can think of this game, but the user interface and cursor system has to work for the game to be a function properly. There's lots of different job opportunities. There's a lot of different things that you can do in this game. You can be a video game programmer, which can earn you money by either taking freelancing programming work, or you can make your own video games, or there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can write books, you can paint paintings. There's a lot of different ways you can make your fortune in this game. Sometimes you don't even need to get a job. You can be a very successful writer, sell tons of books, earn royalties, sell paintings, become a Vincent van Gogh of the Sims world. You can travel to different lots as well, or live in your own apartment, which is a part of the DLC packs. You can also become a vampire as well as a DLC pack, where you can actually have your vampiric powers, or eat these like special fruits that make sure that you don't want to feed off the blood of Sims. There's limitless possibilities of Sims 4, and actually after you get used to the wonky controls, it's not that bad. You just have to make sure that you hover. When you hit the back button, it locks onto your outside commands. If you go towards the needs bar, hover on there and hit the back button. You can use your cursors to do that, and if you want to check your needs, hit the back button, hit A, and then you can see your needs there. And then when you want to back out, hit the back button again, and then you can go from there. Kind of really, really complex, I should say. It's very, very complex. It reminds me of like old school games, how to get in and get out. I don't know why they couldn't have programmed this a little bit better. It's just really, really kind of problematic. It's really this user interface is just not that great, and it's probably the biggest downfall about this game. Other than that, there's tons upon tons of content within Sims 4, and if you guys are searching for that new Sims game, I definitely recommend giving this one a try. Compared to Sims 3, I would rather stick with Sims 3 or get the feel of Sims 3 and play it on the Sims 4, and I mean, you'd probably agree with me. Other than that, Sims 4 has tons more to offer than Sims 3, and has a lot of things that the base game of Sims 3 just didn't have together. I mean, it has a lot of DLC packs out right now that make this game just a worthwhile experience, which you can sink hundreds upon hundreds of hours into, and it's a lot and really enjoyable fun. I mean, I've had this game for about over a week now, and I have sunk
tons of hours. I have sunk over 52 hours. That is how much this game is addicting. After you get past the wonky controls, it's very, very, very fun. It glitches every now and again. It locks your characters straight up, and they won't go to work because of it, or they're late for work, and it's kind of annoying. They didn't have that problem with PC. I mean, I expect some console patches to come out now that the game is officially released now. I just think that there's just, the controls are just very stiff. User interface is hard to maneuver. There's really small icons. It feels like it's a PC, but it's actually on a console. I guess that's how the best way to explain it. Having kids, I mean, once you're a teenager, you can move into an apartment, like the Sims 2 or Sims 3 apartment life, basically. And that's also really fun, and it's basically where all your other Sims don't age. You can also do a lot of different things like festivals. It's actually really fun. I love the apartment life where you can move up and go to a condo or a condominium and really have a better apartment. I love living the apartment life. It's really nice, and it's a nice addition to the... I think I've pretty much experienced this. Both my adult Sims are dead right now. I raised a child from birth. He is now an elder. I pretty much experienced everything that Sims 4 has to offer in this one playthrough, and given me the experience enough to at least say a review, I would say. I had all my Sims on extra long. Life mode, normal, is kind of short. There are buyables as well as Sims 3, but they're just not as great. There's not enough items. So let's look at some upsides to this game. It's a brand new Sims experience. It's got tons and tons of hours to get past, as long as you can bypass the wonky ass controls. And if you got the digital deluxe edition, lots of downloadable content that weren't available with the original PC Sims 4 release. Some downsides: the user interface is completely non-existent or not very good at all. It has very, very hard to maneuver controls, and it just glitches or just doesn't load things as fast as it should, where Sims are just sitting there and time is fast forwarding and rewinding on its own without no intent whatsoever. Other than that, the review I give for Sims 4 is an 8.5 out of 10. After you get past the wonky controls, it's very broken, but it's a worthwhile experience, and I definitely recommend any old Sims player, or just if you haven't played any Sims in the series, I definitely recommend giving this one a try. It's very wonky controls, but after you get past that, it is a very lovable and enjoyable experience where you get to basically create a family, have some pretty outrageous experiences with, you know, dying of mac and cheese, or going over to a friend's house that bursts into flames, they don't have a fire alarm, and they all die. There's a lot of experiences that you can do here. There's a lot of fun gameplay mechanics. It kind of gets stale after a while, but then you can create a new family member and experience a whole new playthrough every new family member. I definitely recommend giving this one a try. Guys, let me know what you think of the review. I dubbed 50 hours into about a week, so I really deserve a like for that, I do believe. Subscribe for more reviews or Sims 4 content coming out in the future. Let's Plays. There's also going to be some achievement guides and some how-to videos on how to do some things, because this game is just kind of very wonky, and I want to make sure that everyone kind of gets the full Sims 4 experience without getting it ruined. So guys, tell me what you guys think of my review. If you guys are playing Sims 4, how are you guys enjoying it? If you guys are experiencing these things and agree with me, please leave a like. Feel free to subscribe or check out the channel. It really helps me out a lot. I'm the Black Ops Kid. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.